welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is amazing. Live stream feedback number 30. Submit your tracks in the description. You already know what it is. We're going to give feedback on your tracks. We're going to see how the mixdown is, how the full composition is. We're going to check out the energy levels. You know what I'm talking about here. We have about 14 submissions, it looks like. We'll go ahead and get into it. Also be studying how loud these things are as well. We'll see if you guys are getting it loud. All right, let's get it done. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's go in. First submission we have is Go Flipper. So from Flipper, we got Go. Let's get it. Let's go. Okay. That was Go by Flipper. That was some house vibes, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like some bass house vibes. It's pretty good, pretty decent, you know what I'm saying? Because we have good loudness levels. We're like -6 LUFS in the drop. It sounds clean in the mix down. I don't hear like too much mud or anything. The main bass lead, I think, could definitely go like faster in some sections. Like it's kind of the same rhythm the whole time. You can make that bass lead like go faster in some sections and really add some variation so the drop can kind of progress. But in these sections, you would definitely have a better like harmony and melody going on here, because this main synth that's just playing, it doesn't really sound right. I would just make sure you brush up on your music theory, make sure your chords and melodies are good, just so that this section can transition well into that drop section. Cool. Not too bad, not too bad. All right. Next, we have Open Up the Pit by Spaced Out. All right, let's get it done. Let's open up that pit, shall we? There's some pits last night. The Jekyll and Hyde Italian All Show. Alright, that's Open the Pit by Spaced Out. Now, honestly, I'm not really getting, like, these intro. This really isn't Open the Pit vibes, you know what I'm saying? So, I would really try to match the energy of your drop with, like, your intro, you know, trying to make some cohesion go on here, because this right now isn't like a perfect piece of art that like is cohesive, that makes sense. It's more like a trap beat, and then you mixed it with like a dubstep song. All right, so in these sections, basically you have some sustains going, and you have like a main bass chop. Bum, 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 bum. So that's like almost in the middle, right? Trying to dominate the middle, but it's kind of lost behind the scenes. You would really want to layer it or really start to beef it up so that it can stand out in the mix and kind of match the loudness of the sustain. And if you hear like the sustains are more mono and then the more stereo here, and when they're stereo, it seems like there's multiple sustain stereo, so it kind of seems a little bit crowded in the side mix. Same thing's going on in the second track with the main chop bass. That needs to be like really beefed up, and you should just layer it, with another version of itself that's slightly different. You would change some knobs in Serum, move some filters, and really start to create a new tone that you can layer in with the other one. And it'll also make it louder and fuller. And then like these pre-drops, like they're very overused. Open Up the Pit sounds like a million other songs. I'll just really refrain from using these overused samples. Like I wouldn't use any pre-drop vocals from Splice or anything. There's like thousands of other people are going to be using them. Just be careful with that. All right, so that was Spaced Out. Solid. Drop. Much better than the intro and everything. Good energy. Next. Kakarot. Pet Cemetery. Work in progress. Sick cover art. Let's get it done. Oh, come on, come on, come on.
Check it.
Okay. This is pretty interesting. You do got good flow, and good arrangement. Like your phrases make sense and there's different variations and I like that. The only thing that's like really messing up the song is that it's kind of just like a brick wall of noise. You can kind of visually see how like it's like bricked to the ceiling. And then when you zoom out, it starts to look like a little brick. You know what I'm saying? A little bricky. But that's okay, right? Because this is something that happens often, especially when we're pushing things to 3.5 lufs, getting it that loud. That's kind of the whole point and the whole goal of this tearout stuff is you're getting this super loud noise there, but you have to make it clean at the same time, and then you unlock the mix down of 1,000 truths, simply. So basically, you want to make sure that that sub isn't controlling the mix too much, because that sub definitely overtaking it. But usually it's like compression and stuff. If you're just, for example, sending all your signals to the master at one time, it's just going to be super crowded. You kind of want to separate your signals into buses or groups, and then when you send them to different buses, then clean them up separately, and then send them like a pre-master, and then send it to the master. You kind of have a signal flow going on that'll clean up the sound and fix this issue with a brick wall of noise, because you need dynamics. We need to be able to feel like there's a difference of really loud and quiet and soft. That difference is that dynamic shift is what makes us go crazy. When you go from loud to soft, it's like an intense moving motion. But when it's just a brick wall of noise, the whole drop sounds the same. But your sound design is good, your flow is good, arrangement's good. You just got to get the mix down right. That's really going to be the final countdown. You can do it. I believe in you. I have videos on this too. Like my template video shows you how to route buses and stuff. You can do that if you need. Up next, we got Hemi with Clean Up. Check out the cover art. Appropriate. This is the clip. Let's run it.
Run that shit. No trust when I say that I wanna clean up, 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 clean up. Run that shit back.
God, daddy. I want to clean up.
Fuck! No trust when I say that I wanna clean up.
Oh.
Run that shit back.
That shit is clean, man. That's cool. This section, in particular, sounds much better than this section. I don't know, man. These like lasery basses or whatever. It's just heavy. That took me back to the show last night in the club where we were going crazy. That was nice. So I don't know, just like get your energy levels like this constant. You know what I'm saying? Because if you can do that, you're going to impress everyone. In comparison to this, it's just like too loud. It's just like, it sounds more like noise and uncontrolled rather than this sounding like controlled and deep and dirty. And it's not the easiest thing to do, getting this perfect mix down, but once you unlock the formula, you'll do it. Good energy levels. These fills are insane. The dynamics are amazing. As you guys can see, it's super loud, but you can go from silent to loud. Very good. This is what I'd like to see. Good job. I would definitely just, try to fix up this section. Probably make it similar to this section maybe, or maybe just different, or clean it up. Clean up. All right, next we got Disrupt with Hex Core. Okay, let's do it. That's perfect. What a journey, right? Oh my God, getting lost in sound. Talk about good dynamics. Oh my God. There's some sections where it was just so lit that I just turned it up as much as possible and it didn't hurt my ears. It's just straight litness and loudness and energy. So many different variations in the drop. Just sub is so clean. The bass leads are fire. Clean, man. And those strings in the background, that the melodic, it just gives it so much emotion and adds so much more energy. Drop during those fill sections, and you have these dynamic shifts like this. And the vocals are good, and man, good job. Sick. Very fun. That's something I'd play out for sure. Good shit, dude. Follow that man. He's about to go crazy. Denver, Colorado. Of course. Of course. Simply. No tracks. Dude, you're ready. You can upload some. You're good. You're good to go. You're just going to get better from here. All right. Up next, we got Billy with DDD, or maybe this is triple D, but you know what? It's in parentheses, and it's called Yo Yo. Let's go. And let's go. It's Yo Yo from Billy. It's Yo Yo from Billy.
And you ain't been hitting me like we might be going out there. Some kind of like
Okay. That was Billy with the triple D Yo Yo. Naturally. Okay. So this is some tearout craziness, as you guys can hear. The sound design is pretty sick, right? Good sound design. The energy levels kind of get distorted because of how it's like crowded. You know, there's like too much going on. We're losing dynamics. It seems like everything is squished together almost. Like what I was talking about earlier, if you're sending everything to the master all at once, you could easily send everything with like competing frequencies, and then things will clash and it's not going to sound good. Got to make sure that you control your dynamics. Use bussing if you need to. It helps a lot. But if you get that down, this would sound a lot harder. It sounds cool and crazy, but it doesn't sound clean. It sounds crowded and a little muddy as well. Make sure that the frequencies at 100 hertz to 400 hertz are like contained, and you're making significant dips in individual tracks to make sure that when you're layering and stacking up these frequencies, there's not a huge buildup. You get to the end. But yeah, decent. Keep on working on your mix downs. Keep on working on your mix downs. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Who's next? It's Chronolite with Reckless. Whip clip. Okay, with the whip clip. With a whip clip. Yeah. Whip clip. Whip clip. Give it up for all the one-timers and all the two-timers. All the three-timers. Don't play with me. Okay, interesting. That's Reckless. Okay, by Chronolite. Now, this is the whip clip. This is what I gotta say. So the main bass lead, it's like dun 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 dun. That thing's cool, but the sub that's following it, it's going really fast, and it's kind of going really fast the whole time, throughout the whole song, on both drops. Like, first off, that sub is like really fat, and it's taking up a lot of the mix with the high end also. There's like noise on it. So if you were to just low pass it and have that sub just be a clean sine, it would sound a lot cleaner in the mix. And then from there, with that clean sine, you can kind of distort it and add harmonics that way with like saturation. That'll be really clean. Because sometimes that white noise sub doesn't work when you're going super fast like this. Also, you can vary the sub. When you're going super fast, the whole time it gets boring. If you go super fast and then switch it up, like going slow subs and then going back to super fast, then we're having a good time. Then we're having movement and creating some danceable energy. The also main synth lead is like pitching in a weird way, and it doesn't sound 100% perfect. I really would mess with the pitch to try every combination possible to see what sounds the best, because I know there's another combination that would sound better. Remember, you don't always have to pitch freeform. You could go by semitones. You can do different ways of pitching. So just try every method that you can think of. And then lastly, it needs some pre-drops. It needs some vocals. We need some like energy in there with vocals. So like you could say reckless or something, you know. Reckless. You can just like record yourself, you know. You hit the record button, and then you. I'm reckless. And then like when you have your voice like this, I'm reckless. You like can complex it and go like -4, and then
I'm reckless.
you can start pitching it down. Really
I'm reckless.
make your own pre-drops, you know, however you want. So just experiment that way. Easy, and I recommend you do it because you can get super creative. Next, we have Alpha J with ID, but I don't see it right here. Very odd. I'm gonna get this real quick. Why not downloaded? What says it's done? Is this the same song from before? It says I already downloaded it. You might have uploaded like a new one. Let's re-download it. Make sure I would try to submit different WIPs. Get some different feedback on different songs. I would recommend that. We'll put this in. It's Alpha J with ID, identify, maybe, or identification, or maybe ID. The Nintendo. Hey, Alpha J, going in hot, super hot, super heavy, guys. You know, when I get lost in sound like this, and when you take me back to the club last night when I was raging and I'm just going hard, you already know it's a good time. It's a fun time. You got some sick sound design going on in here. Now, as you see, it kind of looks clipped when we zoom out, but it doesn't sound over compressed. It doesn't sound like it's clipped. It sounds very nice. If you look here at our LUFS, got a nice -4, -3/4. This is really loud, but still clean at the same time. So this is good. High energy levels, very nice. Cool, different fills and stuff. This is also something that I'd play out as well. Heavy, man. We're heavy. Good job. But it's not perfect. You're not going to get away that fast, Sly Cat. If you're going to be using vocals, and you use these vocals like really well, right? They're placed very well in the arrangement, but they're so overly used. I mean, these, I'm pretty sure, are the effing Splice vocals. I don't know, whatever vocals they are, they're probably from Splice, and they're used a lot. I hear them all the time. I use them. You know what I'm saying? I use them all the time. So if you were to change those pre-drop vocals to something unique, that would set the theme for the song. You can name the song that. You can base the song on that theme, and then it becomes a piece of art rather than just another tearout song. So do that. It'll make a huge, significant difference in your creative work. And if you're trying to wonder where you need pre-drop vocals, like, you're going to have to scour the internet for packs that people don't usually use. You're probably going to need to buy a pack and really try to, listen and see if they're high quality vocals. They should be loud and clean and good and ready to go. And then from there, you can post process them to make them sound robotic and deep and whatever you need. That'll help a lot. It'll really take this song to the next level. Good job. Good job. Good job. Up next, we have the one and only Lodian coming in with Total Darkness. Naturally and casually. Let's see what Lodian has to offer us. 3, 2, 1. Jesus. Where are they feeding this dude? Fucking Iron Giant. Jesus. Ah, Jesus Christ. You guys are getting my adrenaline pumping, man. You know what I'm saying, man? You get me hype. You get me raging. I'm feeling like I'm back at the club again. Jesus Christ, Lodian, I wasn't expecting that, dude. Like, your drops are getting a lot harder and, most importantly, cleaner. The lack of mud in your drop, oh, it warms my soul like Campbell's chicken noodle soup on a Sunday. And, like, I really like this. As soon as we start the song, we're kind of introduced to a cool, dark vocal. And it kind of like sets the tone and the mood for the rest of the song. It's very cool. The only thing that I think could be done better in this is like the transition from this intense energy of the last phrase of your drop to this breakdown. Sometimes I do like a 2 or 4 bar like kind of transition section just to like end it and then like jump back into the breakdown. So I would try stuff like that whenever you run into songs that kind of, because it seems like like abrupt, you know, just like right away. You kind of want to transition into that. Otherwise, everything else transitions very well. Dude, Jesus Christ, this fill right here. Oh my God. Absolute fucking insanity. Another song that I play out, very fun. Guys, there's a lot of bangers in here, guys. You guys are doing fire. Good job. Fun. Good job, Lodian. You guys follow him. He's in the voice channel all the time teaching people for free, by the way. So get that while you can. All right, we got Arlix with I Felt Lazy Okay. Check out the cover art. Doggo. So much to do, so much little desire to do it. You know, he's lazy. We're all lazy sometimes. Okay? One time. Oh. Bro, what the fuck is going on, dude? Jesus Christ, our legs coming in hot. Man, dude. All right. So you know what's really impressive? You made BPM automation work, like right here. You really slow down the track and then throw it back in. But I must say, the timing seems different than the original timing. But dude, once you start like getting into this, dude, it starts just feeling feral. You know what I'm saying? Cool. But my favorite part is this part. Like, I'm imagining just at a huge festival, right? Like 30,000 deep. Like, this reminds me of like how techno uses reverb space to create huge space. Like, the sense of depth and space in this section is just intense and it feels big. I don't know what you did exactly. Maybe some reverb, maybe it's just the way reverb is on the guns, but you can tell like the guns aren't too loud. They're kind of like sitting behind the mix. It just feels crazy and it's mixed very unique. It's something that I don't usually hear. Makes me go crazy, dog. Oof, I love it. The only thing really I don't think sounds good is like in this first section, the guns are nice, very nice. But when the sussies come in, the sustains, they it just sounds like it's a clash of clans. Really a lot of clashing frequencies. It kind of sounds crowded. So I would make sure you clean up that section. But yeah, this is really cool. This is very unique. The whole thing as a whole, artistic, nice. I like the changes in BPM. It's a lot of different things in here. So cool. Just make sure that when you're getting this loud, you clean up all the mud. There's not too much mud, but there's a little. And then make sure frequencies aren't clashing. But good job. Very good job. Tear out tings. Alex is feeling lazy, okay? He's feeling lazy, okay? Up next, we have Smileys with Come On With It. Parentheses master, parentheses 1.0. Check out that cover art. Sick. Go.
Get it, bitch. Get it, bitch. Get it, bitch. Come and get it. Get it, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. Get it, bitch. Yeah. 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 Come and get it.
Get it. She says she wants the chicken noodle. I said, come and get it. She said, why you make me come and get it? You know what it is.
Come and get it, bitch.
Hey.
Come and get it. Bitch. Bitch.
And get it. Come on with it, Master 1.0 by Smileys. All right, guys. So, sound design is pretty decent, right? The song arrangement needs some work, right? The thing is like there's not energy in this song because there's no call and response in the song. Now, let's dive deep in and see what's going on. Like when we go to the first drop, this is a fake out,
Get it,
not a
bitch.
call. And then this is the drop. So as soon as the drop starts, we just go straight into the response, and there's not a call. There's not a sound on the downbeat to introduce the drop and then transition to the response. Because when that happens, that's what creates the movement. It goes brah, draw, 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 brah, and then you're like going back and forth between sounds or between rhythms and flows. Like the downbeat at the beginning could be long and slow compared to the response, which is like short and fast. So you really need to work on that because every phrase throughout both drops have no call and response. So by the time this ends, you really don't want to listen. Like there was no energy, so you don't really want to continue to listen here. Now, you have to understand, like if you play this in the club and stuff, when people are rolling and whatever, they're gonna dance to it, right? They have no idea what call and response is, but like there's unreachable amounts of energy that you can get with call and response. That's basically how all the music that we listen to is made. And that's why the energy is just so intense and so freaking crazy. That's the reason why we love this music, right? To go insane, go feral, to just make shit happen. So work on the call and response in all phrases, in all drops. Your sound design, your song arrangement in the intros and stuff gotten a lot better. The middle build sounded on time and everything. The mixing sounds decent, so you're improving significantly. As soon as your call and response is up, and it's gonna be game time, dude. You're gonna be pumping out some heat. So keep on with it. Keep on with it. Up next, we have High in Orbit with Baibu. Snippet. Okay, let's go. Justine, we can run that back. And this is pretty cool. Nice melodic dubstep, cool vibe, makes you want to dance, keeps it moving. The thing is like the mix sound, like the main brum, 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 that sound is kind of really taking up the majority of the mix. So the other sounds are kind of like competing with it. So because of that, the mix doesn't sound as clean as it could be or it should be. I would work on that. Make sure you really EQ each individual track to make them fit in with the other sounds around it. That's the whole point of EQing, right? Making sounds fit with other sounds. So do that. Get really good at that, and this will be sound a lot cleaner to the ears, and it'll make you want to replay it over and over again. This is good. I like the energy you're creating here, and I love how the flute plays the melody. That's cool. I like that. Very nice. Yeah, cool melody, man. That's nice. Very cool. Oh, we have banger time work in progress. Interesting. by Anxiety. Banger time, work in progress. Let's get it.
Let the darkness consume you. Feel the energy. Fight the fool.
Prepare to die.
Feel the energy. Lie to her.
Love that. I don't know, cello, orchestral outro that you just did that. Very nice. Okay, cool. So, very nice emotion and energy that you're bringing and introducing in the track right away. When we get to the drop,
You
like this is so good.
let the darkness consume you.
Like very clean. I love that. Now, sound design's really good, right? These are really nice guns. Sub's really good. The sound design, honestly, is so good that it's kind of letting us forget about everything else, right? Because there's really no call and response going on. This is a fake out. And the fake out just turns into drums. So we're doing the same rhythm the whole time. When if you like have call and response going, it would really add a lot more movement in this drop. In this phrase, the only difference is the tone of like dun, 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 is changing to a higher pitch. So that's slight variation. But like what I'm saying is once you listen to the song one time, like it'll sound cool, but then when you keep listening to it, like it'll start to get old over time. And the reason is because of this, because there's not enough movement. We want to keep going back to the songs that make us dance or that make us really feel something. So unless you tap into that, then it's not going to like hit as hard as it should. Very good sound design though, man. Very nice vibes in here. And then lastly, this middle build is definitely too long. You want to cut this in half and make the middle builds. Get used to making the middle builds like half the time, because this is too much time and the energy actually goes down because we were just going so hard in this drop. So like the builds are supposed to add more energy, but it's actually reducing the energy because there was way more energy in this drop compared to like the section. That makes sense. So keep it short and make sure you keep the energy moving and the momentum going so that we can easily transition to the next phrase of the drop. Dun, 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 dun. All right, cool. Good job. Anxiety. Nice. Up next, we have my dog, Acesso. How to Feel. Let's get it.
If I our first things change, never thought you would be the one to blame. For you it's nothing but a game. Oh,
Yes, dude. That's what I'm talking about. I'm so happy to hear you're getting so much better. Okay, so that was heavy. Right away, as soon as I heard the drop, just impactful, boom, right away, hit you in the face, boom, right away, makes you be like, damn. So that's really good. You know, it's kind of what this music's about. That surprise factor. So it's almost perfect, really. The only things that are really changing the energy levels in this is like the snare. If you listen to the snare, it doesn't match the energy level of the drop. It's not as big and it's not as thick. So listen. It's tight and clean, right? The It's also tonal too. Like the pan snare, it's like a tearout pan snare sounds like. Just make sure that tone is perfectly in key and also layer it so that we have some more thickness and beef in that snare. And then really start to experiment with space and reverb and try to control like the perfect amount of reverb tail to transition into the next like section that sounds best, whether that be the next kick or snare or bass lead or whatever. But that's going to help a lot with just making the energy a lot more. Because remember, that snare, that's what we headbang to. Boom. Oh, whoa. Make sure that snare is really just on point. I made a video lately, Snare Theory 101. You can watch that if you need help with snares. We go over all this stuff. Oh, and the sussy. So, like, the sustains are really good. I like the tones of all of them. They come in good phrases. But the only thing is they sound very low in volume. You definitely bring them up in volume to kind of like balance with the other sounds. That's sustain. Now, when I say bring it up in volume, you don't have to literally bring it up in volume. You can layer it with the same version of itself and make it wide or make it mono and like try different variations of parallel processing and things like that to make it loud rather than just boosting up the gain. And, you know, try EQ too. EQ is an awesome way to boost frequencies without just like turning up the gain knob or anything. You can shelf frequencies and stuff. So that's a cool way to do volume instead. So just mess with everything, see what's best with yo sussies. And I call this for these sussies too. Otherwise, really good job, man. Like it. Up next, we got Leatherface with old school sound. WIP. Get it done. Hey. Sounds clean. Very good. Nice clean mix. Loud enough. Kick is fat. Clap is fat. Everything seems nicely compressed. Good transients. This is clean. Old school sound. It sounds slow, like 100 BPM, 110 or something. It sounds like mid tempo or whatever, but it is some old school sound. Zamumba. Kind of brings me back into 2000. I don't know, 14 something. 2012, 2009. All right, cool. Honestly, negative feedback, not too much. You should fix it. I mean, you should finish it and then maybe add some vocals. Because this vocal right now, it's like, can't really understand it. It kind of just sounds like a sound or noise rather than like a human voice. What I learned in audio engineering school is that the human voice is really the best instrument. It's so, like, it connects to the soul. You know what I mean? So when we hear the human voice in a song, it makes a big impact. So Make sure you're doing that. Aight, cool. Up next, got basic snare with employees only with the Biden soda cover art. Okay. Alright, cool. Cool. That was employees only. All right. So we have good sound design here, good song structure. Things are making sense. When we get to the drop, thing is that we go straight into the response, right? There's no call, there's no introduction. So we're basically playing this rhythm the whole time. And it really starts to get old. There's not enough movement between sounds, and you really need that call and response to get us dancing more in these sections. Really important to have as much energy as possible during the drop because you build so much tension in this buildup that we have to deliver with a lot of release and energy. You want to make sure you do that. Your sound design is there. You just have to like rework and compose and arrange them in a different way so that it goes call and response. They have to sound a little bit different. So you're going back and forth. Now, the main bass lead, it's really high frequency and it sounds wide as well. The sub is nice and fat. It's controlling the lows, and the high sound is controlling the highs. But there's really not a beefy main lead sound in the middle, like controlling those mid frequencies. I mean, like 100 to 1,000 hertz. Something fat, deep that will balance and match with the rest of what's going on. You need to fill out the frequency range like that so that things don't sound empty and it sounds full. If you do the call and response and do that, it'll make this song a lot better and it'll be a banger. Your songs are getting a lot better in general. You're improving a lot, so good job, dude. Sick to see. And just make sure that when you get to these sections, you start to add, like if there's more call and response, it would be easier to add variations here and make things less boring when we get all the way back here. right, cool. Good job. Next, we have Trevler 001 with Paradolia. I don't know how to say your name. I apologize. Trevler. Yeah, you're done. Paradolia. Feeling drippy. Oh, drip. Feeling drippy, yo, drip. Gosh. Okay. That was Paradolia by Traveler 001. Now that I know how to pronounce it. Let me get straight into it. This is feeling slow as hell, my dog. Why? You may ask such a thing. Well, first off, this BPM, it feels like we're in like 115, 110. This actually feels like mid tempo compared to the other song, which is actually 124 earlier. This feels slower. Now, regardless of what BPM we're in, when we get to the drop, the way the drums are written, it's in like a two-step, it's in a halftime formation, right? So if we're like dancing to this, we're dancing in halftime. We're bobbing our head to halftime, which is very slow. Like this stuff. I'm pretty sure this is 50 BPM. I'm bobbing to like 60 BPM, you know what I'm saying? So like, if you think of Rez, you know, when she's at mid-tempo at like 100, 110, 90, her kick is 4 to the floor. It's like that house kick. It's like, that is making it feel the correct time, right? Because the kick and the drums are written in regular timing. They're not written in two-step. They're not written in halftime. When we make dubstep in 140 and stuff, we write it in two-step in halftime. So the drums are basically in 70, and like we're switching basically in between like halftime and full time with dubstep. but you don't want to always be in like halftime because that's too slow. So, got to keep those things in mind. This is just too slow, and by the time we get here, you don't really want to keep listening to the rest. It doesn't feel like dance music, EDM. It just feels like regular electronic. Okay. Epic intro, by the way. I really like that intro. It's drippy, atmospheric, fun times. All right, cool. Up next, we have Jet Phase coming in hot with Riviere Sanglante. I think that's how you say it. Let's go. Let's go. Jesus Christ, man, that is heavy. That is hard. Oh, sound design is on point. As you guys can hear, this a fat banger rolling through the speakers. Man, if you play this shit live, like this puts me back in the show last night. And I was like, look at everyone like, oh. And that snare clap. Oh, fucking big. And then like these dynamic shifts, right? Going from like loud to silent. The choir, the human voice element is adding so much like emotion and energy during the drop. And it makes it all cohesive too. Because if you guys listen, like that choir's in the beginning, everything's in scale. And when we play that intro and we get to the drop, everything has cohesion and it all makes sense. And it works really well. This is good music. Very nice. Definitely something I play out. Fucking banger. Jet Phase coming in hot once again. Go follow his SoundCloud, you know what I'm saying? France. The champ. We got Snasta coming in next with Trash. Is it Trash? Let's see.
Oh, wait, put your weapon. I mean you no harm. I am wondering, why are you here?
I'm looking for someone.
Looking? Found someone you have, I would say.
Right.
Help do I get? Yes.
I don't think so. I'm looking for a great warrior.
This match will get red hot.
Now go.
Dude, let's go. Let's go. Drum bass rhythm boy. With a monster man. Bro, we got some drum and bass up in here, dude. This sounds like a different speed than like super fast drum and bass. You guys can tell. Drum bass is like 170 or whatever around there, but like this feels maybe 140 or something. I don't even know what's going on. This is sick. Very nice call and response going on. It just makes you want to go back. That's fun. That's fun. Mixdown is fairly clean. In these sections, it sounds a lot more crowded and messier than like these sections. It sounds very clean. And then the way you're using the reverb and the space, it makes it seem like we're in a bigger space, and it's just very nice. This is the type of effect that you should be going for a psychedelic to get people fucked up at the festivals. Good shit. I like that. It's nice to hear some new stuff from you, man. Different speeds, different genres. Versatility. The versatility. Okay, cool. Good job, dude. Next, we have Jay West with Soul Stalker. Parentheses WIP. Parentheses. Sick cover art. Is that mid journey? We are Peace Reapers. First song, Go On Me Easy. Oh, you said Go On Me Easy? Really? Okay. Let's get it. Sounds like it's in
I have foreseen your doom.
It's in mono. It's not so mono. It's literally like mono's on the master.
You will die.
I love what those vocals are. I think you might have mistakenly sent this song in mono because, like, the song's in mono. Our headphones, like, are made in stereo. There's a stereo image. When you make music, there's the left, the right. If you think of an orchestra, like, there's a huge stereo image with the orchestra. There's, like, drums in the back. There's, like, violins on the left. Like, when you make music, there's a huge stereo image. If you condense this huge, insanely distorted, mega tear-out song just in the middle, talk about a crowded mess. You know what I'm saying? Talk about, like that. That's not how we listen to music. You know, that's just not how. That's kind of how we used to listen to in like 2002. We had iPod Nanos and shit, or shitty headphones. But we're in 2023, and we have extremely high quality audio and ways to produce that audio. So you got to make sure that your mono is turned off. Whenever you make a song, you want to test the song in mono to make sure that sounds didn't disappear, because sometimes phasing can happen and your sounds will disappear. You want to test it in mono, because sometimes when you go to a club, it might be a cheap ass club with a cheap speakers or whatever, or like a little venue or whatever, and they don't have stereo speakers, and it's just like a mono speaker. It just sounds like ass there. So you got to make sure that your song at least sounds like ass cleanly, you know. There's a lot of white noise too. If you hear, there's a lot of white noise on top of the high frequency spectrum. It's kind of taking over the mix in the main sections. You want to be careful there. And also, it looks like we're clipping a lot. It sounds like we're clipping. You want to make sure you're not overly compressing your groups or overly compressing individual tracks, just to make sure that we preserve dynamics and make sure that there's a difference between the loudness and the softness parts in the drop sections. Okay. Up next, we have Mago with Inertia. Let's get it done. Nice chords. A heart. It's a future video, what? It's a color. All right, cool. All right, that was Magoo with Inertia. Pretty sick. We have some nice little future color rhythm going on. Festival vibes for sure. Definitely, you need a vocal in the beginning to really set the theme of this song and really make it like a piece of art. Because right now it just seems like another, you know, like color song, color rhythm song with chords in it. But if you have a vocal that's like saying something with meaning, you know, like I said earlier, the human voice means so much. It connects with the soul. It will really take this track to the next level, into the stars, I should say. All right, but the thing is, it's really too loud. Like, this is not a tear out song. It does not have to be -3 lefs. On top of that, it definitely doesn't have to be -2.4 lefs. It's way too loud. You want to keep this at like -4 lefs maximum, like for sure maximum. You want to start EQing the main, like leave the loudness levels right now and start EQing first to bring down the levels of loudness. There's a lot of ear piercing frequencies, a lot of high frequencies that kind of need to be tuned down and toned down so that they're easier on the ears. And most importantly, they're balanced because you have multiple different high frequency sounds being played in the drop. Some of them are a lot louder than others, and you can tell the difference. Just make sure that you kind of glue all of them together and compress them so they balance together, and then you can turn them up or turn them down as a whole. That's what glue compression does. That's kind of what you want to do with your main synth sounds, for sure. Good energy, man. This is definitely some EDC shit. I like it a lot. Just make sure that you get your snare thicker to match the energy of the intense drop. It's not thick enough. It's not wide, and well, I shouldn't say not wide, but not full enough. So just work on that. Get that pumping. Sick. Good job. Nice. Nice. Up next, we got Tang with Don't Play. Okay. Tang is the dog. Shall we play with him? He's telling us not to play. But I think he might want play. I don't know. We'll find out.
Don't play with me.
I heard me.
Don't play.
Don't play. Boy, done sauced up my vocal.
Don't play with me.
Oh shit. Oh, play with this motherfucker.
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
Oh, it's awful. Oh. Tang, dude. Don't play with that motherfucker. We're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill that Tang boy, man. Tang coming in hot with Don't Play. Don't play with him. It's simple. Just know it. Don't do it. If you guys like this live stream, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Man, this was fun. Lots of bangers. If you submit now, it will be in next week's stream. Join the Discord. It's a free community to join. We have lots of people teaching for free. So just see what's up. Have fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you on the flip side. Stay fresh. Keep it real all day. Dripment out.